You're listening to The Artist Athlete, episode 143. This podcast is dedicated to Circus. It's a place for professionals in the industry to share their stories, viewpoints, and information, and a place for outsiders to get a sneak peek into this world. Hey, friends, fans, and foes. I'm Shannon McKenna, and I'm the host of the Artist Athlete podcast. What a week it's been. I am currently recording this lovely intro from the Sheraton Hotel in St. John's, Newfoundland, at the International St. John's Circus Festival, and I literally looked around the bar last night and was like, I think I've interviewed every single motherfucker in here. But there are more. And of course, I am so excited. If you want to hear all the behind-the-scenes goings on for me at the St. John's Circus Festival, you can go to patreon.com/theartistathlete. I'll be talking about that. I will be talking about so much more. And even if you don't care about that at all, you probably love this podcast, love what you're listening to every week, and want to see it supported and keep going. And the only way that this podcast is funded is through the Patreon. So if you love what you're listening to every single week, go to patreon.com/theartistathlete and sign up to become a Patreon today. And now I want to take you back to Spain. Circa late July, maybe early August. It's humid. I'm sitting by the pool, and who should I see in the distance but the incredible straps artist, Jerome Sordillon, who I, of course, had to grab for an interview. Jerome Sordillon was born outside of Lyon, France, and started gymnastics at the ripe old age of 4. His ambition and passion for his craft carried him through competition circuits to a first job at Club Med and then to Canada, where he trained at, you guessed it, l'École Nationale du Cirque. Jerome won the bronze medal for his straps act at the 35th Cirque du Soleil Festival, and he now performs with Cirque du Soleil. Jerome won the bronze medal for his straps act at the 35th Cirque du Soleil Festival. Before the pandemic, he was headlining Cirque du Soleil's show Crystal, and he's currently on tour with Lucia. He's also a proud husband and a new father, and we're going to talk about it. Before we do, Jerome mentions 3 incredible circus women in this episode, and I have interviewed all 3 of them on the podcast. They are Chloe Farrah, who's episode 43, Erika Lemay, who's episode 131, and Aurelia Katz, who's episode 115, and I'll throw those in the show notes too if you want to reference back to them, because right now you're listening to this interview. And so let's do it. Here's my interview with Jerome Sordillon. Can you say your full name for me so I don't say it wrong?
Jerome Sordillon.
Jerome Sordillon.
Ouais.
Ah,
Sordillon,
yes.
exact.
Sordillon. Hey, welcome to the Artist Athlete podcast.
Thank
Bienvenue.
you.
Can you start by just saying who you are and what you do? Like explaining
I mean, like since the beginning or just who I am? Because
yeah.
I really feel that who I am now is because who I am, who I was before, because I'm from like tough place in France, called Belleroche.
Okay.
And I was doing gymnastics. Like I started gymnastics when I was 4. But
why did you start when you were 4? Did you want to do it, or was your mom like,
I mean,
this kid needs to get out of the house, or what?
Kind of, actually, because my mom was a gymnast before, and she was like, oh, maybe it can be nice for him to try gymnastics, because like I said, like this like tough area is like, if you don't do any sport, you're just like gonna start to, it's better to do something, like out of the street.
Okay.
So I started to do gymnastics, and I really liked it and stuff. It was super nice, but like I've never thought I would have do like circus ever, because like for me like circus it was just like flying trapeze and just clowns and stuff like that.
Hey.
Yeah. I
Crazy.
didn't know anything about circus, and I did circus I did a gymnastic until 16, 17. And at the same time, I was doing like politique mécanique informatisée. So it means like, my study was like politique mécanique. I was just working on computer.
Oh,
so
okay.
nothing far from like art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And at some point, I was like, oh, that's not me. Like I cut myself every day. I'm not just,
Damn.
everything was like, okay, that's not me. You have to change. You have to do something else. And my best friend, like went to see me one day, and that's actually what he told me. Like, dude, you have to do something because I know that you can do something else. You can do better. And I was like, oh fuck, you're right. Let's go. Let's try something else. So I quit like my study. I was 18. I quit everything. My mother was like, why did you do that? Because I just like quit everything. I was like, why did you do that? And I was like, no, I can't do that from all my life. I can't. And then I heard about like a flying trapeze formation / circus club made. I was like, well, maybe I can try something like that. So I went to south of France for a few months, did an audition. I got accepted. And
was that your first time ever like doing flying trapeze or anything?
But exactly, when I saw the first time the flying trapeze, I was like, what the fuck? Why am I here? Like, what do you want me to do on that? But that was a super good, nice experience because, like, the first is like the knee hang, the jarret, so it's like just like hook the knees, let go,
arms
big
off,
cut.
reach.
Exactly. It's super nice, and the feeling is it's great, So I was like, oh, that's like so similar to gymnastic, and I love it, So maybe I can do something, even if it's like for a club med, for a geo stuff like let's try something like that. So I got the contract, and it was 9 months in Turkey.
Okay,
so I was like,
I'm gonna fix your microphone really fast because it's
Sorry.
like it's all good.
Yeah.
Jerome isn't wearing a shirt because he's a straps guy. We can't allow it. You don't have to hold it like this. Just
Okay.
make sure. Yeah.
So right, it was in Turkey, and it was like a super nice experience, and I was like, oh, well, now I'm a géo, a gentil organisateur. It's like the person who's like taking care of the people who are in vacation, But like one of my friends told me, like, who was my boss over there, she was like, oh, maybe you can do like the ENC, National Circus School of Montreal. I was like, yeah, but I was 21. I was like, oh, I don't know, I might be a bit old for this kind of school. I don't know, no, I'm sure you can do it. I was like, well, I don't have anything to lose, so I quit again everything. I was like, okay, I'm leaving from Club Med. And then I went to Montreal for the audition. But like it was the first time for me on straps, So I was like,
at the audition.
Yes, right. I mean, 3
3
weeks before, and
because you went to Club Med, and usually like in a Club Med, you're doing flying trapeze, but there's usually like a little circus, like
exactly. I was
for
doing
the
flying trapeze and
kids or whatever,
duo trapeze, but no straps.
Okay.
Actually, I tried once, but I was like, no fucking way, it hurts. So I was like, no, I won't do straps.
Okay.
But then and so I don't know if you know Chloe Farrah is so she
I love Chloe Farrah.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful human.
Yeah, she is. So I met her because it was the best friend of Erika who told me to go in Montreal.
Okay.
And Chloe, I met her in the airport. She was like, hey, welcome to Montreal. I was like, well, thank you. She was like, do you know what you're doing here? I was like, well, I'm not sure. And she's like, okay, you have the audition in 3 weeks, so we have to work on straps like crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm ready for everything, because for me it was like the last chance. You have to kill it. You have to kill it, and you can't miss that opportunity. And so for 3 weeks, every day we were working a lot, like on strap. But like the basic, like mid hook, flags, everything. So for 3 weeks. And at Montreal, at TNC, you have to present an act at the end of the audition. So we made it. We made an act in 3 weeks. It wasn't a perfect act, of course. It was like super basic, but it was clean. So yeah, that's how I got accepted to Montreal.
That's crazy. One of my questions before even knowing your story was like, Why ENC? Because there are so many really cool circus schools in France as well. And I was like wondering why you wouldn't go to one of those.
I didn't know anything about circus.
But you didn't know anything?
Anything. I thought it was like, oh, it's or ENC or there is no. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you got accepted.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, I guess this is what I do with my life now.
Yes, absolutely. But actually, when I first come in the school, I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. You just like people jumping everywhere, doing hand-to-hand, doing straps, doing everything. I was like, no, that's what I want to do with my life. Like now I'm sure,
Because when you were doing gymnastics, it doesn't sound like you were doing it like one time a week,
No.
like you were like
I was training
every day in the gym.
Yeah. I wasn't a crazy gymnast, but I was good. I was a good gymnast,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what was it like to take, sometimes when people ask me about straps, I describe them as like rings, but there's no wooden circle.
Yeah.
You have to wrap
Absolutely.
your wrists. What was it like to transition onto straps?
But it was difficult because the first few months I was like, oh, I can do rings, so I'm gonna just do my rings routine on straps. But actually, it's not gymnastics. So you just have to switch your brain. No, don't do gymnastics and forget everything and work on something else. Because I could hold my cross, and I could do a few strength position. But I learned that you don't want to see that, and now I don't want to see that on straps. Because I want to see circus. I don't want to see gymnastics.
Yeah,
So,
you don't want to see a routine.
Absolutely,
An act.
So, and that's the big difference between circus and gymnastics, the artistic way, how you're going to move, how you're going to do a flag, how you're going to do everything. So, that's what I have to learn.
What was the inspiration for the slow walk? Dude, you do the slow walk.
Yeah.
When I think of the slow walk, I think of you, like that act. You're just like, boom, boom.
Yes, it was actually, it was in Club Med.
Yeah?
I wasn't doing that I wasn't doing the same one, but I was doing on trapeze, on static trapeze. I was doing just to hook my knees. I was just running into jarret, into hands. I was like, oh, now I'm stronger. I can do just a slow motion walk. And then, I started to flex my feet and just to make it more real, a really small, slow walk. Mm-hmm. But I like this move.
Yeah, cool. I had to ask. So you do not only straps, but you do hand-to-hand as well.
Yeah.
And you have a trio.
Yes.
You've had a trio for a little while.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why this?
Morgan, so we met at school.
Nice.
Almost 11 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. And she was working with Pea, who is a good friend. And we were like, oh, we wanted to work together. And we're like, but it's so difficult to have two aerialists. I mean, 3 aerialists in the same show, especially in GOP or those little companies.
For sure.
And we're like, okay, we have to find a solution. So we're like, oh, maybe we can do a trio because we 3 of us like the hand-to-hand. So okay, let's try something. And then we started to work on our trio, and it was pretty nice actually. I've learned how to like hand-to-hand. Now it's I really like hand-to-hand.
Oh, you didn't like it before?
No, because it was a lot of legs, it was, and as a strap artist at the beginning, you're not really strong. So just for the banking, it was kind of difficult. But no, I really love hand-to-hand now, and especially trio. I feel like trio is it will be soon the new discipline. Everybody will do trio because I didn't really see I feel like there is so much thing to do in trio hand-to-hand.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I think something that makes me really sad is not seeing big banking acts or those big group acts.
Yeah.
Everybody, especially at the school, they graduate as a soloist and they just have their act. Sometimes you get duos, but
yes.
That's interesting.
And I feel like you don't have to be a real big potter to do a trio because you just divide the weight, so it's not difficult. It's just technique, and you have to find artistic. So it's so nice. It will be even 2 girls as a base and 1 guy who can fly. It's so I feel like it will be very interesting in a few years.
favorite contracts, things you're most proud of? Because you've done everything.
Oh no, not everything, but yeah, I'm proud of course the Festival du Cirque de Demain.
Ouais.
That's one of my like craziest experience. Crazy experience. Like I was super stressed, but the like having the chance to be in Paris and doing my straps act in Paris was like amazing. Even if I can't watch the video because I'm like oh no, I don't like this act. You know?
Really?
Yes.
You don't like the act?
No, not anymore. But
why not? What do you
I don't know. It's
it feels young or old or what?
Exactly. I feel like too young in the industry to do the festival because
interesting.
Yeah, and now it's like there isn't too much mistake, But that's thing that I see. Yeah.
What do you mean you were too young to do because the festival is like, it has an age limit, like you have to be a certain age to do it. Mm-hmm. So what do you mean you were too young?
I was working at this time, with Deloise, ID. I had like maybe 100 shows before that. So, I feel like if you want to do a big festival, it's like, I don't know, I would be ready now, to do a festival, to show what I can do and how I can react and, my emotion stuff. And the pressure is crazy. Half of the audience are professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have 100 shows, like I'm dying. But I'm super happy. Like I'm super happy about this. But I feel like if I have to say to someone, like wait a bit to
interesting.
Do this festival. Yeah. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. But yeah.
I have a friend jokes all the time that she wants to create a festival called Old Stage.
Yeah.
And it's all the like really refined performers who have had the time to like.
That would be awesome.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to produce this festival. I don't know.
But no, for real, like because like technically and this festival is amazing. Like you can see like so much crazy shit,
Yeah.
But artistically, I think it's not mature. Like wait a bit more and then bam, after like 1,000 of shows, like you can give everything.
Who are some of your favorite artists to watch right now? Real mature artists who are like putting work on stage that you're like, wow.
Yeah, there is a lot of artists, but I feel like one of the smartest, of course, is Erika Lemay. She's really smart. How she moves, I worked with her a few times, and I really like her. Like she's super nice, and I feel like she's amazing. And Aurelia Katz too. Like before, and she was doing actually act of trapeze.
Yeah.
During my festival, I didn't know her. Like I knew her, but I was a trapeze act. Mm-hmm. But I saw her, I was like, wow, okay, that's trapeze.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Every single finger.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting that you named 2 women.
Yeah, it's true.
How's it being on Lucia?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Super nice. Yeah.
What's it like to come onto a show where you haven't created the act?
It's stressful.
Yeah.
A bit more, of course, because.
And you have way less hair than most of the artists I see doing this straps act, particularly.
Yes, absolutely. I replaced Ben.
Yeah.
Who is like super good in straps, like amazing artist.
Beautiful.
And of course, it was like you always have a pressure because everybody will compare
sure
the straps before and the straps after. It's normal and it's absolutely normal, but it's always like a pressure to replace someone.
Yeah.
But they were super open. They were like, okay, no, you don't have to be Ben. You have to be yourself. That was cool. And I put my own technique, and so that's nice.
When you agree to contracts like this one, I really am interested in what it's like for you to travel with a family. Mm-hmm. I feel like as Cirque has changed and as the industry has changed a little bit, it gets harder and harder.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your experience?
I mean, like I have only 2 years of experience with, not even 6 months with Sohan on tour with us and my son.
Who's your son?
Yeah. And for now, it's really cool. Like super nice. Like he's learning languages, English, Spanish, and French. People on the cast are awesome with him, like taking care of him. Like it's for him, it's a big family. He calls everyone tonton, tata.
Yeah.
So for him, it's a family, and I can't complain. I'm on tour. So much people are not traveling and not working since the pandemic. So no,
Sure.
I couldn't complain about it. Of course, it will be easier like 10 years ago when the Cirque du Soleil was providing nanny and school and stuff like that.
Schooling and
Of
all
course,
of this.
but no, it's fine. It's really cool. Like
Nice.
for real, yeah.
How did fatherhood change your career?
Yeah, the
Did it?
focus. Yes, absolutely.
The focus.
Yeah. If he's sick,
Ah.
my mind is like even like I'm focused for sure on my act, but
course.
still like 100% with him. Even if he's watching, he's 2 years old, but I'm stressed.
Really?
you know,
Like you want to impress
Yeah,
him
yeah,
or
right,
what?
right.
Oh yeah.
it changed everything. Like I feel like when you have a kid, it opens something in your mind that doesn't close forever. And like before I was living for me and for my wife, of course, but mostly for you. Like you live for it. But now it's 80% for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was reflecting on it as I was walking out here, and I was thinking about how, especially now, people talk so much about like motherhood in circus
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
how you deal with changes in your body and all of this.
Yeah.
But no one's really asking about fatherhood
Yeah.
in circus.
Yeah, yes.
So I was curious.
I agree. Like, I feel like it's super hard for a woman because Morgan, she gave birth,
Yeah.
and 6 months, 7 months after, we had a contract in Switzerland. But from giving birth to going back in hand-to-hand stuff, wow. I've learned a lot about like pregnancy, and it's not a joke. Like
Don't you?
fuck, it's a lot. Like it's a lot to go back in shape, to go back to she couldn't do like a handstand on the floor. Especially she didn't have like an easy pregnancy.
Okay.
She had to stay. She has to lay down and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For 7 months. So it was difficult, but yeah, she did like a.
Did
fucking
you
hero.
feel like you had to change your technique or your training to accommodate for her?
Absolutely
Yeah.
the training. Yeah, we had to start from zero. She had of course the technique, but no strength, like none. So, but no, she did super well. I'm so proud, and yeah, she was super motivated, and we were training together like muscu and
Nice, yeah.
machine. Yeah, for a few months they were training like super hard. When someone was sleeping, I was like, okay, let's go. Push it. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was super nice. A good experience.
I worked on a traditional show with a guy, and he said after he had kids, he wouldn't do Wheel of Death anymore. Are there any tricks or anything you won't do now that you're a father?
Oh yeah.
Things like this.
I can understand. Yeah, straps. I mean, there is no trick that I won't do on straps. But before I was willing to try a bit everything. Anything. Let's go. Let's try. Now, because first, if I get injured, who will pay for everything? Before I was like, it's fine. But now, I don't. I just want like. I want to improve, of course, but like now I'm not the same focus. I did
sure.
what I had to do. I feel. I mean, I will still work in the circus industry a lot. But now I just want to, work like easily, kind of, just like chillax.
I mean, I feel like you've earned it.
I mean,
You've done, yeah.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know if I earned it, but yeah.
Do you think you'll ever make an act with him?
Son?
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wish. I mean, if you want to do circus, like, yeah, I wish. Like just a hand-to-hand, just to train. For me, I don't need to make an act to be happy. Just like, to train with him will be awesome. Like to teach him. And even now, he started to do a roulade d'avant or like a bit of pied-main, like.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and he loves straps. I'm hanging with him on straps, and he's like swing. So for me, it's enough. I love it.
That's awesome. You
Yes.
can get him really, really tiny straps so he can put it around his really tiny wrists and just do a flight. Do you guys, as a couple, or like now that you're a family, do you have rules about like you'll always travel together, or if you have to take something for a certain amount of time?
Oh, yeah,
like, how do you
absolutely.
negotiate that?
That was the base. Like we were like, no, there is no more. You're going to Vegas. I'm going to Australia. Oh, it's done. Like,
Yeah, okay.
I won't be. It's so difficult for me to go away from them now. So that's the number one rule.
Sure.
There is no more traveling away. Of course, for a gig and stuff, yeah,
Right.
but not for 3 months or even a month. No. I just don't want to. We're good together.
Nice.
And in a month, I feel like when there are 2 or 3, you miss so much. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it's not for me anymore.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I know different families and
Yes,
different
I know,
couples in
and
Circus
I have
do
a
it
lot
really
of friends who
different
are
ways.
traveling, and I don't judge them. Like
Of
it's just
course.
a choice.
When I was Googling you, I found this company, but my French is so bad. Les ailes
Ouais.
du désir.
Les ailes du désir. Yeah.
Les ailes du désir.
Yeah.
The wings of desire.
Desire, right.
What is it?
It's a circus school in Miami.
In Miami?
Yes, I'm the artistic director.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your connection to Miami?
It was actually, I had an injury in Australia. I destroyed my biceps. I tear my biceps.
Yeah. Did you get it repaired?
Yeah.
Okay.
Surgery. And so I was chilling in Vegas, and Claudine, who is the owner, she called me. I was like, she's from Quebec, and she's like, I want to open a school, but I don't really know anything about like circus, but I love circus. Do you think you can help me about it? I was like, well, I'm available right now. She's like, okay, come to Miami. That's how it started. Like I went to Miami. We visit a big local in Miami, and she was like, do you think it will fit here? I was like, yeah, man, it's huge. Now it's been 5-6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I was able to go like easily before the pandemic,
Right.
and because I was with Crystal, and we were on tour in USA. But now it's a bit more complicated, but I really want to go back.
And what do you do for do you train?
I train, but I mostly make events, acts, mostly events.
Like in what capacity? Are you directing them? Are you okay.
Just calling friends. We have to make an event for, let's say, Porsche or anything, and
Nice.
we create
And do you do all the artistic design and everything like that? How do you get those ideas?
That's my next thing. Like I feel like I'm better in designing things and thinking about ideas than performing on stage.
Interesting.
Yes, that's what I want to do. Like that's what I'm doing actually. I really, like I said, about the trio hand to hand. I really feel like there's a lot of discipline that you can, and they will explode very soon. I feel it. Yeah.
Okay, so trio, hand to hand. What else is going to explode?
I feel like duo trapeze.
Okay.
Duo trapeze. I feel like we will have another.
A renaissance?
Yes, I think so. There is few disciplines like that I feel like, yeah. Even circus in general, like I feel like there is no stop to this. You can see like even how we involve in every discipline. Every year you can see new tricks. You can see. So I feel like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to create shows. I don't
know if I see that every year. What I see is like something gets really, like a really beautiful act gets featured or something. Like I'm thinking about hair hanging. Hair hanging for like,
yes.
and then everybody was hair hanging for a little while.
Duo hair hanging,
Yeah.
It's super nice. And
yeah.
I really like it. And, I feel like there is a few disciplines that, will never stop growing.
Do you feel any pull to go back to France and like do circus there? Or like
Circus?
Yeah. Or like where you're from,
I want to open something here in Spain. I would love to.
Yes, you're living in Spain. We weren't on the record when we said this, but you're living now in Spain.
Yes, I do. But I feel like, there is like a big open space. A big school will open in Lyon. That's where I'm originally from. So maybe there is something to do over there. Like I think in 2 years they will open. I'm interested, I'm not close to say, okay, I want to stay in Spain, I want to stay in France. No, I'm super open. Like I want to feel a good opportunity to create, and I'll go.
What does a good opportunity look like for you?
I would say like I don't know what will be a good opportunity. Like no, I would say to stay in Europe, but no, I feel like if someone calls me everywhere, we will go.
Because I actually feel like, I don't know, you seem like the kind of person who's very good at like acknowledging parameters and working inside of them.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, like some people, they're like, I can't have anybody tell me what to do or to go or anything like that. But I feel like there's something about you that seems very collaborative.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like without collaboration, there is nothing to do. You cannot, nobody can say, I did it everything alone. No.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that. Like none, like no one. So no, collaboration is like the key for everything. I feel, especially on the creation. And like I feel like if you are a circus artist and you don't believe in collaboration, no, that you miss something. That's how you grow. And especially in creation. Okay, I have an idea, guys, but I'm not sure about like how to create it. And then, bam, you talk.
For sure.
That's how I feel it's supposed to be. But
and then especially as you take that like visually, or you take that like as a, when you're doing art direction for productions and stuff like that, it gets even bigger.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Do you envision ever having your own, I mean, I guess you have with Les Ailes
du Désir,
like your own kind of production company?
It's not mine. I'm more helping, but yes, absolutely, yeah. I really want to create my own stuff, yeah. And
so what's
soon,
the first project? What do you see?
We, during the pandemic, we were busy working on a big show actually for Terra Mítica. It's a big park here.
Okay.
And it's huge. And the idea was like to have a production with like only Cirque du Soleil artists. They often want Cirque du Soleil artists.
Yeah.
But but there is not only Cirque du Soleil. Even if I really like to work with this company, but like amazing artists are everywhere. And so we had this process, like we hired everyone, we had the costume, we had everything. But 15 days before the rehearsal, they were like, okay, we have to cancel everything because of COVID.
No.
Yeah. And we worked like 6 months on this project. Like,
no.
Yeah. And everybody, like even the makeup artist, the designer, all the production were working for free. And it was like, well, everybody will get paid, of course, if it works. But if it doesn't work, and everybody was like, yeah, absolutely, we will follow you. So super nice team, and so it didn't work. But hopefully it will one day. So we have a show, we have everything.
You have everything. You just need a place to do it.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Okay. And it was like 38 artists, so it was huge.
Damn.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that during the pandemic? Were you just like...
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, like, well, you have to learn something from everything, right?
Yes.
So I've learned so much working with all these, like, those people. So I could have been like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that anymore. But I was like, no, okay, that's really what I do. I want to do because, like, I was so motivated. And especially during the pandemic, you had to have something to, to just go through this pandemic. And so I was like, okay, that's my thing. That's what I want to do. And I think of course I need more experience, like, for everything, but I feel like I'll be good.
Yeah. I feel like you'll be good too.
I hope.
What inspires this mindset in you that, like, because that's actually, I think, really sophisticated. Not everybody thinks that way, of like, you have to learn something from everything or find that kind of reframing.
Yeah.
Did you have mentors? Did you have people in your life, or
no,
books you read, or what?
No, but I feel life gives you like this kind of lesson, like, because you can see that if Aurelia didn't tell me to go to speak to Chloe, and then she didn't help me to go into the school, and then Yuri wasn't there to help me, and then Victor wasn't here to help me, like, and then what?
Mm-hmm.
I would not have been here, even like, I don't know, everything. I feel like as a circus artist, you can feel that everything is collaboration. Even for a show, I'm doing straps, okay, nice, but who is putting the lights on me? Who is like, hooking the straps? Who is like putting me up and down? Everything.
Yeah.
So it would have been it's not the same act if I'm hanging to a tree or if I'm the same in the stage of Cirque du Soleil,
Right.
So I'm a part of an act, but I'm not the act.
But my question was about like just like the way you're framing these ideas, or your idea of like moving forward and learning and like progressing in that way.
It's maybe. I feel like the way I am, I don't want to see. I'm always trying to see the the good way of everything. You know, even if there is a lot of bad thing. And like I say, like it's where I'm from too. You know, it was like kind of hard before. You know, when I was a kid, like pretty tough. But there is always good thing to remember, and that's why I don't want to forget where I'm from. You know, because that's who I am now. You know.
For sure.
So I feel like just stay positive.
Stay positive.
Yeah. I really believe in this kind of thing. Like stay positive and believe that you can do better, or you can do it. You know, because like so much people will tell you, like, especially if you want to do circus, and you're not from the circus industry, like. A lot of people tell you, what the fuck, circus? You're gonna be a clown? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know? I was like, fuck you. Let me do whatever I want, you know, and you will see, you know. And that was before it was my sentence. You will see. And you know, I feel like keep your dream alive and just do it.
Yeah, that's super cool. And what does your friend think now? The friend who came to you and
he's like super proud.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, super proud. I'm proud of him too. And you know, like we did like straps together. Like we did flying trapeze together. We did everything together. Like he's my brother. Like I know him since we started gymnastics together.
Okay.
When I was 4, so he's like he's my everything.
Dude, that's so dope. So my final question that I ask everyone is like, if you could go back in time and give yourself advice, if you, like anything, you know, like what would you say?
I don't know. I, for sure, you know, like I said, a lot of people will tell you it's too difficult, or you won't make it, or because you're from Villefranche, you will stay in Villefranche. But that's the thing you shouldn't listen to. You know, if you have a dream, if you are not even a dream, if you think you can do it, it means you can do it. Like, I really believe, and that's what I'm trying to teach someone, even if he's too, you know, like, we are talking a lot with Morgan, and, you know, I will never tell him, like, oh, no, it's too difficult. Oh, no, you can't, I don't know, for me, it's so dumb to say, especially to a kid, you know? Fuck, a kid can do whatever he wants, you know?
Yeah.
So, no, that would be my advice to myself, like, if you want to do it, just do it.
There you go. Boom. Jerome, thank you so much.
Merci, thank you very much.
It's amazing. Thanks for listening, friends, fans, and foes. I'll talk at you next week. In the meantime, go to patreon.com/theartistathlete and show some love, send some support, just like these fine Patreons that you're about to hear the voices of right now. The Artist Athlete podcast is supported solely by donations from people like you. Here's what some of those people have to say.
Hi, my name is Noah and I do hand balancing. Hi, my name is Woody and I do Leo. Thank you for listening to the Artist Athlete podcast.
Hi everyone, I'm Dominique, a ground acrobat, trapeze artist, and coach, currently bringing Circus to the extremely cold but very beautiful Northern Ontario, Canada. Circus has changed my life, and I'm so grateful to everyone in this community. Find me on Instagram at DomUpsideDown or my website, domupsidedown.com.
Aloha! My name is Beth Russell, and I live on the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii. I am an aerial artist and movement instructor specializing in chakra yoga to keep me balanced and grounded. I play with silks, trapeze, lyra, rope, acro, aerial yoga and dance, slacklining, pole, bungee, and climbing. Really anything that goes up and allows me to explore 3D space. You can find my dedicated aerial page on Instagram at Maui Aerialist. If you find yourself coming to Maui, let's play.
Hey there, friends, fans, and enemies. This is Chris Alston, Patreon of the Artist Athlete podcast, straps artist and lyra performer and acrobat out of Greenville, South Carolina. So if you're ever passing through, make sure to stop in and see me and my friends. We have a wonderful space, and we'd love to see you.
Hi, my name is Erika Lee. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm an aerialist. I teach performing arts to elementary school during the day and do pole and swing and rope by night. I really, really like the Artist Athlete podcast because it gives me a lot of circus goals to look forward to. It gives me a lot of insight on what's going on around the world in circus, and that's why I'm Patreon.
Hello all. Thank you for tuning in to the Artist Athlete podcast. I am Opal Schwartz from Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you're ever in the cities, feel free to stop by the Aviary Minneapolis. It's a great time. With that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and goodbye.
Hey there, artists and athletes. This is Andy Smith, owner and artistic director at Saltaire Circus School in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. And I want to thank you for contributing to the Artist Athlete podcast. If you ever find yourself down in Florida, come check us out. Whether you're an artist, athlete, or someone ordinary just looking to be extraordinary, we got a place for you.